My number 8 is 1001.
Ooh, solid
Okay,
choice.
I'm really glad that you mentioned this. This was going to be one of the ones that I had in my hidden gems.
Oh, no. This had to make the cut easily. 1001 is one of the 2 movies of this list that I ended up not seeing at a theater. We saw it all together. We were watching it. I was so invested into this that there was one point in the story where I was like, oh, yes, things are finally turning out well. Zach looks at me and he goes, bro.
Yeah, me and Zach had the same thought. Me and Zach were instantly
I'm like so in there. I'm like, yes.
I'm on
finally
Reddit.
Things are going well.
I know what's happening here.
I was swept up, bro.
Yeah.
This movie has what I consider one of the most underrated performances from Tiana
Taylor.
Yeah, Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
Tiana Taylor.
It has some of the best cinematography. Just hearing the behind the scenes on how they recreated New York, not just with the outfits, which every single time jump had them looking slick, had them looking of the time. But there was a specific run she does where she's going to like the telephone, and they're like, oh yeah, that was the exact same street. We just filmed it in different ways. I'm like, damn.
Because you got it.
There is a future here for the director of this movie, who I know has been winning some of the awards. Yeah, A.V. Rockwell killed it. The only thing that I have against this movie is that Tiana's going full out. And some of the performances from the supporting cast
Can't keep up with
kind of left her out in the open. Luckily, it comes from some of the kids, and I guess you can give it a little bit of leeway there. That's really when it's noticeable. But no, I thought the way that they were able to capture the time period, the story without spoiling too much of it, I felt like a lot of people were pitching the spoiler right off the bat, and I'm like, nah, that's a third act reveal. That's supposed to be a gut punch. Everything about this movie, I think, hits on all cylinders. I absolutely loved it. It is on Amazon Prime now. I remember saying it was a Prime movie, and then it never got released on Prime. It did. After a long time, they kind of did the Killers rollout. It is definitely worth it. A secondary pick here would be Story Avenue. I think it's a good double feature right there.
Yeah, it is.
So 1001 and Story Avenue, really good picks to have, but I'm locking this one in with Tiana Taylor, someone who I'm rooting for to be a top 5 finalist. Deserves it.
Yeah, it's just a shame that it is one of those movies that it feels like has been almost entirely overlooked by various awards bodies, and I think it got a little love from maybe the Gothams or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think perhaps if they save the movie for award season and don't put it out in March, or perhaps if people just like are willing to remember some of these smaller indie movies that release earlier in the year, then Tiana Taylor would really be in these Best Actress discussions. And completely randomly, Gary Gunn should be in the Best Score discussion.
Score?
That's score, man.
That's a top 5 score
That's
year
us,
for me for sure.
Yeah.
That's why we got the Intercut podcast. We talk about all those little things, all the things that critics who went to these festivals 8 months later go, hey, this is a really good movie. We got you from the jump.
Yeah.
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 Got you.
I wish it was getting more love, but I think you're right. The fact that they released it really early kind of hurt it, because that's a gamble. You could have a Everything Everywhere where you do release it early and it gets love all the way through, but with something as small as this, sadly it did get lost in the mix. But I stand by it. Top 10 for me.
Nice.
Definitely. All right, so Art's number 8 is 1001.